Ever wondered what pivotal advice almost swayed Sir Patrick Stewart away from the iconic role of Captain Jean-Luc Picard in Star Trek? In a revelation that adds a captivating layer to his journey, Stewart recently disclosed that his longtime friend and fellow actor, Ian McKellen, vehemently urged him to reject the life-changing TV role back in 1987. The two, who first crossed paths in the 70s while working at the Royal Shakespeare Company, shared a bond that transcended their on-screen collaborations in the X-Men franchise. When Stewart was on the verge of signing the contract for Star Trek The Next Generation, McKellen, with deep conviction, warned him against leaving the theater for television. "No," McKellen insisted, "you must not do that. You have too much important theater work to do. You can't throw that away to do TV. You can't. No." Despite the strong counsel, Stewart chose the path that ultimately propelled him to superstardom. In his memoir, Making It So, Stewart reflects on the encounter, noting how he had to explain to McKellen that theater would find its way back into his life, while the lead role in an American TV series might be a one-time offer. Although McKellen initially shook his head in disagreement, their friendship endured, and the Lord of the Rings star later admitted he was wrong. Stewart shared, "In the years since, we have become dear pals and X-Men colleagues, and Ian has acknowledged that he was wrong and I was right. More than once, in fact, primarily because I like making him say those words." The dynamic between these two acting legends, filled with advice, hugs, and a dash of friendly rivalry, adds an intriguing layer to the narrative of Patrick Stewart's journey into the Star Trek universe. Moving forward to a different aspect of Stewart's illustrious career, a recent interview delves into the veteran actor's experiences working on Star Trek and his multifaceted approach to acting. At 81, Stewart candidly discusses his return to the role of Picard in the upcoming second series of Star Trek Picard, despite initially turning down the opportunity for the first season. He highlights the persuasive efforts of the producers, including luminaries like Akiva Goldsman and Michael Chabon, who presented him with a compelling vision for the character's evolution in the new series. Exploring Picard's life in his 80s, retired and in exile, appealed to Stewart's sense of creative exploration. Drawing parallels between Picard and Shakespeare's Prospero, Stewart reflects on the character's haunted nature and the fear of navigating an unfamiliar future. As the interview unfolds, Stewart touches on his experiences with fans at conventions, initially resisting the idea but later embracing the warmth and affection from thousands of attendees. Reflecting on his decades-long career, encompassing acclaimed performances in Shakespearean roles and the X-Men franchise, Stewart delves into the intensity of theater and the impact it has had on him. The interview also addresses the debate around authentic representation in acting, with Stewart sharing his perspective on the importance of creativity and the complexities of theatrical reality. Looking ahead, Stewart reveals his plans to take a break after completing the third season of Star Trek Picard, to focus on finishing his memoir titled "Are You Anybody?", a question that has resonated with him since his early days in the industry. As Stewart navigates the realms of space on screen and the stages of literature, his journey continues to unfold with a blend of wisdom, creativity, and an unwavering passion for the craft. Delving deeper into Sir Patrick's journey through the realms of Star Trek, a newly unveiled excerpt from his memoir, Making It So, a memoir, sheds light on a behind-the-scenes moment that almost disrupted the harmony on the set of Star Trek The Next Generation. In this revealing passage, Stewart reflects on the challenges he faced transitioning from the intense and serious atmosphere of the Royal Shakespeare Company to the more lighthearted world of episodic television. The seasoned actor, known for his portrayal of Captain Jean-Luc Picard, admits to being a severe bastard when it came to dealing with the teasing and relaxed attitude of his castmates during the filming of TNG Season 1. His experiences at esteemed theaters had cultivated a different approach to acting, causing him to grow frustrated with what he perceived as a lack of professionalism on set. Stewart vividly recalls a pivotal moment when, feeling overwhelmed by his classmates' laughter and ad-libbing, he called a meeting to address what he perceived as goofing off on set. His stern lecturing and scolding, particularly in response to Denise Crosby's comment about having fun, led to a dramatic exit from the set and into his trailer, where he felt scared and outside his comfort zone. Jonathan Frakes and Brent Spiner, co-stars who portrayed Commander William Riker and Lieutenant Commander Data, respectively, went to Stewart's trailer to mend fences. Spiner reassured Stewart, acknowledging the need to dial back the goofing around, but also emphasizing the off-putting nature of lecturing and scolding as a resolution. Stewart admits his failure to read the room, imposing RSC behavior on individuals accustomed to the dynamics of episodic television. This candid revelation adds a humanizing layer to Stewart's on-set appearances, showcasing the complexities of adapting to different acting environments. As he navigates the challenges and triumphs of his Star Trek journey, Stewart's memoir becomes a multifaceted exploration of the man behind the iconic character. In the aftermath of the Star Trek Picard series finale, Patrick Stewart, the iconic actor behind Jean-Luc Picard, envisioned a different conclusion to the show than the one depicted on Paramount+. Also in his memoir, Making It So, Stewart unveils his pitch to the show's writers for an ending that showcased a content Jean-Luc Picard perfectly at ease with his situation. The envisioned scene, never filmed due to timing constraints, depicted Picard at his vineyard during dusk, accompanied by his loyal dog. A woman's voice, potentially Beverly Crusher or another character, calls him for supper. Despite the assurance that this alternative ending would be addressed upon Stewart's return from New York, the studio deemed it too expensive and unnecessary. Stewart, however, hasn't abandoned hope for his envisioned finale, as he reveals his ongoing efforts to push for a standalone Picard movie. In this cinematic extension of the Star Trek universe, he envisions a deepening of the narrative explored in Star Trek Picard. Collaborating with fellow actors Jonathan Frakes, Brent Spiner, and LeVar Burton, Stewart expresses his enthusiasm, with Frakes being his preferred choice for director. While fans may have bid farewell to the Starfleet crew with a heartfelt toast in the series finale, Stewart's memoir unveils the unfulfilled potential of an alternative conclusion, offering insight into the creative visions and negotiations that shape the fate of beloved characters on screen. Stewart initially approached the role with a no-nonsense, dramatic demeanor, envisioning Captain Picard as a regal figure akin to King Lear. However, it was the camaraderie with his co-stars, whom he now considers dear friends, that encouraged him to lighten up. The Enterprise crew played a pivotal role in opening Stewart up to a more human portrayal of Picard, allowing moments of seriousness alongside smiles. Acknowledging the initial stiffness of Picard in the early seasons, Stewart shared how his co-stars taught him the balance of working intensely while still having fun. Recalling an incident where he declared, "We're not here to have fun," to his co-stars, Stewart admitted that their laughter made him realize the value of incorporating enjoyment into his craft. This shift in perspective allowed Stewart to take on diverse and lighthearted roles post-Star Trek, showcasing a more relaxed and humorous side of the actor that extends beyond the serious demeanor associated with his earlier career. Stewart said, "The first role I ever played on stage at the age of 12 brought me immense pleasure and satisfaction. Back then, I didn't want to be Patrick Stewart because I didn't like him much and was somewhat embarrassed by him. I believed I wasn't very smart and lacked skills. However, thanks to years of therapy and personal growth, I eventually embraced myself. Working in Hollywood and taking on a leading role in a television series was never part of my ambition. The theater held my love, and what I could bring to Star Trek was an understanding of leadership, influenced by playing roles like King Henry V, and my father's natural leadership as a regimental sergeant major in the Parachute Regiment. Initially, I took the leadership aspect too seriously, as evident in the early seasons. However, watching the entire series while preparing to write about Star Trek in my memoir made me realize the need to balance intensity with fun. The encouragement of my fellow actors and the brilliant Enterprise crew helped me lighten up, allowing Jean-Luc Picard to develop more intimately. As we approached the 3 seasons of Picard, especially the last season, it became one of the best pieces of work I've been involved in. The key lesson I learned is to believe in oneself, be brave, and not play it safe. Now, before stepping on stage, I tell myself, I don't give a damn, freeing myself to explore and adapt. Scrapping something no longer feels like failure. Instead, it opens the door for the unexpected to happen. The important thing is to stay open, allowing room for unforeseen possibilities. And that's all for today. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to stay updated with our latest videos. Your support means a lot. See you in the next one.